Hi there. So I'm back, it's part 4, and I think this probably is the last one of the night. I just wanted to recapitulate at least a couple of things before I go to bed for the night and continue this another day. So try to know thyself, of course. Meditate, go within. Find out what it is that you think you're here to do. What's your purpose? What do you stand for? That will, for me, that's what became my name, is when I thought about what am I here for? When I imagined what am I going to be standing in court for? When I'm standing in court and I'm standing there and I'm representing something. What is that something? It's freedom. That's how I chose that name. That's what I knew. I knew in that moment. I had many names that I had thought of. I think heaven and victory and grace. And it ended up being freedom. So trust yourself. So when you're going to have to, if you're really going to be freedom, I just want to put this out there. It's like a, what do you call those? It's like a warning that they have for children, advisory for people who may not be quite grown up enough to do this. Don't try to be freedom unless you can really stand alone and trust yourself to do it. If you're going to be reliant on popular knowledge and what, you know, on like politicians do, on votes, if you're going to be reliant on that, if you're going to be in it for, like I said to somebody once, you know, I'm not doing this, who they were telling me I was really cool and really smart or something like that for doing this, and I said, well, I'm not in it for the approval ratings. I'm not freedom for approval ratings. I'm freedom, for something greater, for true liberty and justice. And an authentic way of life. And that's what it boils down to, you know, knowing that what you're doing is really authentic and it's not for anybody's approval and it's not to build up your identity. Freedom for me was something that came out of necessity because I was in a situation where I needed to save myself. Even if it was just a fine that I would have had to pay. It's the principle of it. It's what that fine signifies and implies, what the implications will be, what the consequences will be of my paying a fine for reaping God's gift to me. Okay, we're going to get into all of that. Want to see my Buddha soap? I make these Buddha soaps. Mila Buddha. And I sell them on White Avenue. I do henna, as you've seen my owl. Apparently Athena, her symbol was owl. I've got this Wonder Woman bag. Says on it, as lovely as Aphrodite, as wise as Athena. And Athena was the protector of cities. I joke about that after this whole freedom thing that I did. I joked about it a few times. I am Athena, protector of cities. That's how I feel sometimes. Athena was someone who, or she was a deity in old Roman times, or Greek, sorry, who represented wisdom. I believe she did represent justice to some degree and protection of cities. So there's a lot going on, you know, like I could even say I'm Athena and it's not blasphemous because in sovereignty that's how it goes. It's not wrong to say that you're somebody else. I mean, it's not wrong to use a different title for yourself. If you're coming into your sovereignty, you're coming into your divinity, which is your implicit did I say divinity? It's your infinite, it's your infinite self now. If you're talking about your divinity, it's your implicit nature. Inherently in divinity is infinity. And maybe some people think it's blasphemous to say that you are divine, but we got to get around all this, you know, because if you are Christian and you believe that Christ was divine and that he was a man and that he came to teach you some things, then you need to heed what it is that he's telling you. And if he's telling you that the kingdom of heaven is within, and he's telling you to go within to find it, why aren't you listening to him? Why are you doubting that? Why are you saying no? I won't go within, and I will not meditate, and I will not discover my nur and my divinity. Why do you deny yourself the inheritance which is yours, which is your queendom or your kingdom in heaven, you know? That which you call heaven. That is something that you created, but it's your paradise. It's your ultimate. And you want it, but you deny it at the same time to yourself. It's just part of our condition as humans on this planet, I guess, you know? Something like that. Where we're all troubled by that. We're all seeking that which we know to be our home. We're not sure where it is anymore. Somehow we just lost it. Really, I believe it is in the heart, ultimately. It's just that the mind is trying to differentiate itself from the heart and divorce itself from the heart, which it cannot do. Because your heart is the first organ that is created when you're in the fetal stage and in your gestation period, you know, the beginning of your gestation. I'm not a scientist. You know, I'm a poet, and a singer, and a soap maker, and a henna artist, and whatever. Maybe I'll be a lawyer or something like one. But yeah, apparently your heart is the first thing that is produced, and then it feeds the production of the rest of the body, the brain and such, so on. So, I do believe that if we are true to our religion, then we must go within and we must heed the teachings of our gurus, and we must go within and find the divinity within ourselves, rather than deny it to ourselves. And since I, being Canadian born, am born into a Christian nation, I am very interested and intrigued by the Christ, and actually I am taken by him, to be quite honest, and I can't help that. I mean, I could have maybe helped it, but I don't want to help it in terms of resisting it or not having it. I do want to have it in my life, and I want to practice this. In fact, I've become a Christian mistress, if you haven't noticed already, in the process of learning the law, becoming a pseudo lawyer. I'm a friend of the court, which is just as good as being a lawyer in terms of having awareness of the law and being able to play the game. So what I'm doing is educating you on the game that I played, which many of you have not played yet. And I'm gonna try to walk you through my game, my play, and how I played and how I ended up winning. And hopefully, inshallah, I will continue to win and win and win and win. Always, forevermore. Amen and a women. And, yeah. Inshallah, I will awaken every day victorious and free. Now I'm trying to think what else I wanted to say to you tonight. So much to say. I just hardly have time. I love you guys. I love you all. I want to just know I love you for being here with me, and if you're listening to me and watching me do my vlog here, I do give infinite gratitude to you and to the universe at large, to the Divine One, for creating this situation for us. Know thyself. I'm trying to still know myself more completely, and that's Joel again. I'm going to call him back. Trust yourself. Just, that's it. Know yourself and trust that you know yourself, and that's it. And you will win every time, and you will be victorious no matter what happens. No matter what happens, you will have yourself, and you will be enough for yourself. So definitely don't rely on Facebook and other things that you have. We have phones and we have sites where we meet people and mingle with people, and we go places and we talk to people all the time. But I'm telling you from my perspective, my truth, okay? People can at any time lose faith. And you need to have faith enough for yourself and everybody. You need to have faith enough for yourself if you're going to do this. So don't try this at home. Don't just be trying this if you're not ready to be freedom. It's a serious business. You need to have faith like would put the Pope to shame. Okay? Like I had.